Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Fahmi Daniel Haikal bin Fazil Hakimi. My metric number is AE190006. So in this video, I will show observation and analysis for our question 7.1.1 and 7.1.2. So as you can see here, this is our first question that we need to design in ISP software. So from here you can see here there is two normally close contact and one output. So before we run this simulation, we need to go to online mode and click the online mode to show the running simulation. So from here you can see that the simulation is running, and this means that the force is off, and this also means that the input is off. So when both of the input is off, the output will turn on, because this is the current state is the normally close. And when we turn on this input, as you can see here, the output will not turn on because the current cannot flow in this connection. So let's see if we turn on this input, the output also cannot turn on the output. And let's turn on this, turn off this, and also the output will not turn on because the current cannot flow in this connection. But in this direction, the current can flow. And from here, it cannot flow the current. And next is, I will show the second question, 7.1.2. So this is the second question. So from here we can see that there is two network. So the first network is there is both input which is normally open. So means that is there is no current. There is no current can flow in this direction. So let's run the simulation. From here you can see that the output will not turn on because the current cannot flow. And let's turn on both of these input, and as you can see, the current can flow when we turn on both of the input, because it will change to normally close. So for the second network, you can see here the output not turn on because the current cannot flow. And let's make the output turn on. So the first thing we need to do is we need to turn on input X3 and the input X5. And turn off the X4. So from here we can see that the output Y1 is turned on. But if we turn on this, the output will not turn on. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Frankie Ngaronsali, matrix number CE190112, and I will talk about our lab 2 for MRIB for 7.13 and 7.14. So firstly, for 7.13, this is our programming, which is the ladder diagram, and this is our truth table. So I will talk about the observation based on the truth table. So based on the truth table, there are two possibilities where y0 and y1 is on. First is when x1 is switched to 1, where this will, from x1, will have connection to y0 and y1. So second is when x1, x3, x4, and x5 is switched to 1. So for this one, when x1 and x3 is switched to 1, there will have connection here, which connected to y0 and y1. So next is for the output y2. There is one possibility where only output y2 is on, which is when x7 is switched to 1, where from here it will have connection until the output y2. And lastly, from the truth table, there is only one possibility where all the output y0, y1, and y2, which is this, are turned on, which is when x1, x3, x5, and x7 is switched to 1. Based from this from x1, x2, x3 will have connection, which y0 and y1 will turn on. And also network 2, where x6 and when x7 is switched to 1, there will have connection where y2 will be turned on. So next is 7.14. This is our programming, which is the ladder diagram. And this is our truth table. So based on the observation, there are four possibilities where output y0 is turned on. The first possibility is when x1, x3, and x4 is switched to 1. So this will have connection to y0. The second possibility is when x1 and only x1 and x3 is switched to 1, where x1 connected to x2 to x3 and connected to x9, where y0 will be turned on. The third possibility is when x3, x4, and also x6 is switched to 1, where from here x5 will connected to x6, x3, and x4, and finally to y0. And lastly is when x3 and x7 is switched to 1, from x7 to x3 and then to x9, and it will reach to y0. So that is all the possibility for the y0 will turn on based on the truth table. So that is all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to Doctor. My name is Farnabila binti Rizal, matric number CE1900154. For this lab 2, my part is to present the question 7.2. What will happen is the user did not click online mode when executing the program. Okay, as we know, when the user did not click online mode when executing the program, they cannot transfer the program to the PC. Also, the input and output of the program cannot be actively normally open or normally closed at ladder diagram. Besides, the user also cannot change the force on or force off of the normally open or normally closed of the program. The next question is 7.3. To modify the figure from question 7.1.3 so that lamp y0 and y1 is always on. This figure is based on question 7.1.3 that I have right. Okay, the question is to modify the program so that the y0 and y1 will always on. Okay, next is click the online mode. Okay. Open the BEJ30701.com and click to start. Click the online mode. Yes. Then click the transfer. Okay, you can see when the X1 is off, X2 is off, X3 is also off, X4 is off, X5 is off, Y0 and Y1 will not turn on. Okay, then to give the output, click the PLC and run. Okay, you can see the Y0 and Y1 is not turned on. Okay, click the X1 and give on, and we can see Y0 and Y1 is turned on. That's all from me. Thank you.